You don't need Netflix, you don't need cable. Hop on YouTube, welcome to the hood table, where we chop up local and global events vocally. You don't really wanna miss out on these conversations. Just joke a little, laugh a little, get that wine in your system, fill your glass a little, expose current events, talk trash a little. You never know, these opinions might clash a little. They addicted to the content, got them binge watching. You don't like it, then you want invited. Bet your friends watching in the house and your job parking lot before you clocking. They don't wanna miss a second of this HT content. Everybody think they got something to say, so it's an open invitation, bring it to the table. But if you come whack, just know we ain't buying in. We gon' probably turn your back and tell you sorry, try again, Yeah, welcome to the hood table. You don't need Netflix, you don't need cable. Yeah, welcome to the hood table. You don't need Netflix, you don't need cable.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Hood Table one more again. Please make sure you like and share the video on your way in, and also subscribe to the Hood Table on YouTube, Facebook, IG, Twitter, Stereo, and our website is thehoodtable.com. Thank you so very, very much. Welcome back to another Real Housewives of Atlanta review. I enjoyed this episode a little better than the first episode. So I'm hoping you guys did too, because there was a lot of negative feedback about the first episode of season 13. And this again is episode 2, Real Housewives of Atlanta, and it was titled New Peach in the Orchard. Now, the show had started off at Kenya's residence. Kenya, she had invited over a few ladies, which included Cynthia and Toya. Toya, who is from Trinidad. Now, Cynthia, she didn't quite understand, what to think, or didn't quite, know what to think of Toya, or why Kenya even invited her over. Although Candy had known Toya for a few years, Kenya literally just met her. So is Toya a stranger? No, but I can certainly understand where Cynthia was coming from. But regardless, to me, Toya seems pretty cool. I gotta, get to know her a little better. And I also love her accent. I just love her Trinidadian accent. Now, along with that, I also learned something new from Toya. A man who cheats on his woman in Trinidad is called a horner man. And I suppose the term horner derives from the word horny. I think. Now, I haven't looked it up. If I'm incorrect, please let me know. The horny, But anywho, moving along to Portia. Now, Portia, we had saw all summer long. Portia was very active in the protests, involving the murder of Breonna Taylor. Now, Portia, her mom, and her sister were all discussing, how Portia had got locked up, during a Breonna Taylor protest. And you can really tell, at least I can tell, that this is not just a publicity stunt. This is just not to be seen, for Portia. But it does seem like she honestly, seems touched and emotionally affected by the death of Breonna Taylor, along with a lot of other people around the world. On this episode, when released from jail, she even shared a heartfelt hug with Breonna's mother, Tamika Palmer. I felt that. And, Breonna's mother, she was waiting for her outside of jail. I don't know if she was specifically waiting for her, because it was a protest. But, we saw them, exchange a hug together. And it was very, very emotional for the both of them. And I'm sure Breonna Taylor appreciates Portia, Dennis, and a whole bunch of other people across the world who have been protesting in the death of her daughter. Also, Portia and Dennis, their hearts, are in the right place when it comes to the Black Lives Matter. But even though their hearts are in the right place for that, and they seem like on one accord with that, they can't seem to connect at home too well. And you know what? I had even almost forgotten that her and Dennis was even engaged. When I had did the episode review last week, I was like, is they engaged? Did they get engaged? I couldn't even remember. Because it's been like, okay, so anywho, Dennis is actually residing at 2 different addresses, her home and a place, in the city. And lately, per Portia, they have been having some really toxic arguments almost over everything, big and small. Not only that, but they still have yet to hash out their plans for their wedding. So is it a wedding in the future for the couple? Will the couple eventually get married in the future? I don't know. Y'all let me know what y'all think. We shall see. We shall see. Now, later on in the show, Cynthia, she invited some of the cast members along with Marlo. Let's see, it included Marlo, Kenya, Toya, Drew, Drew's husband, Ralph. I think that was it. And of course, Cynthia's man, he was there. Her fiance now, her fiance now husband. But anywho, I was like, hold up. Now Cynthia didn't quite understand why Kenya invited Toya to her crib, but then she turned around and invited her to her own crib. So I'm like, now who does that? But anywho, please tell me why the heck did Cynthia put those fake grapes out on display alongside the real food? Now, when they picked up the grapes, I was like, "Oh, that's nice, that's cute." She got little grapes next to but they were artificial grapes. I was like, no, she did. No, she did. Now she said she had some grapes in the fridge, but that they were going bad. So I'm like, instead of you buying some fresh ones, you put out these fraudulent grapes, them toy grapes, them artificial grapes, instead of going to buy some new ones. I wouldn't even put them out on the table. Like, who puts a fake apple next to a sandwich? You know what I'm saying? But anyway, do y'all know what really had me going this episode? It was actually with Marlo. Marlo, when she was alone in the kitchen with Toya, she warned her not to tell Kenya all her business. She told Toya that Kenya might end up using it against her. Then Marlo, who only dates rich old sugar daddies, was whispering to Kenya like, she can't keep a man if God pay her. And I was like, really? Like, you talking about, come on now. Like, you are a gold digger. You're going to talk about somebody else keeping or not being able to keep a man, especially when Marlo, obviously has men, paying for her like she's a whole entire whore. I digress. But while the ladies were inside taste testing some wine, the fellas went outside to get away for some man time. Laugh out. They was actually down on the lake or the lakefront. Yeah, they was down on the lakefront. Now on the lakefront, and I love that lake. I love Cynthia Bailey's house. She calls it Lake Bailey. I love it. I can't swim a lake, but I wouldn't mind having a house next to a lake like that. It's beautiful, beautiful, peaceful, serene. Anyway, Ralph relates to Mike. When it comes to his marriage, things aren't what they appear to be on the outside looking in. Kind of find out, Mike, when upset with his wife, Drew Sadora, he sometimes dips out on her. And when he says dip, it's not just for a few hours, but for some days, for a few days. And I'm like, who does that? Who just gets mad at their mate or their spouse and girlfriend? I can see if y'all don't live together. I can see if y'all ain't married. I can see if y'all ain't got no children and y'all share the responsibilities in the house. He dips on her like bounces, like leaves ta-da for now, and just leaves her at the crib. I was like, I can't. It could be me, honey. It could be me. But anywho, now I don't know if it's always been that way. I really don't know. But for one, it looks like there are too many personalities in the household. Is him, is her, Drew, is their mother-in-law. You know what I mean? He mentioned that Drew's mother can be a bit much. And some of the clips, I'm like, yeah, you right about that. She do look like she can be a bit much, but a lot of mother-in-laws are. You just gotta, deal with it. You really love a woman, you're gonna deal with the mama-in-law. But then again, the mama-in-law has to respect the son-in-law, the daughter-in-law. But anywho, you can easily tell that she can be a bit too much. But as far as him, he's like, I'm a dominant man. Drew's mother, she's overbearing. And sometimes I'm sure that can make a very, very bad negative situation in the household. But back to the rest of the ladies. Now, when Toya had mentioned how she dislikes Drew, I just knew, y'all. I just knew it was about to be on and popping. I was like, it's about to go down now. We about to see our first, tussle, our first real big, dispute between the ladies. But it was just a joke and nothing new to Drew Sidora. You know, the TV series The Game that she played in, ended years ago. But still to this day, some people, some fans, they still can't get over the fact that Drew's character came in between Melanie and Derwin's relationship. He cheated on Mel. He had a baby on Mel and, da 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 da. But it was just a joke. It was all a joke. But although that was a joke, Toya and Drew did get into a disagreement over the term separation. Toya, she actually believes that she can date, or maybe anyone can date when they're separated, when they're going through a separation from their spouse. But Drew felt like if you're in a separation, that means you guys are just separated. You need time to think. You need time to reflect. You need to decide if you're going to continue on with this marriage or if you're going to file for divorce. So she's like, if you separated and you messing around with other men, then you are cheating. It is called cheating. So y'all let me know what y'all think. Can you be separated and be in a relationship? Or if you are, is it technically cheating? I don't know. What about a legal separation? Would that be cheating? Let me know what y'all think about that. But while Toya is dealing with a separation, Kenya, on the other hand, concluded that she is going to file for divorce. She's not sure yet if Mark will try to file for full custody or not, and taking no chances of that. Her first plan of action will be to file for custody. Now, she could have just served him without notice, like many women have done, but she figured, she'll do him the respect, she'll do him one solid, and she'll give him a heads up. But heads up or not, will he be as upset as she is, that they might be heading towards divorce court? Me personally, I highly doubt it. I highly doubt it because I still think it was a sham of a marriage. I still always thought it was fake news. But I guess, after this long, I guess they really were married. But now back to Drew Sidora, who Cynthia had met through Eva. I'm pretty sure, you know, Drew Sidora has been on a. I never looked up her background. I never, looked up all her accolades. I'm pretty familiar with her. She's a singer, she's an actress. But what I hadn't realized was that she's been acting since the age of 8 years old. I had no idea. And I'm like, that part I would like to go back and look on because I do like to do that sometimes when I hear older characters used to play on TV shows way back in the day or were in a commercial. I'll be trying to look them up sometimes. So I'm like, I don't remember that. I don't remember that. But anywho, Drew, who you might remember, played in the show The Game and the movie White Chicks. She also played the TLC member T-Boz in the TLC biopic called Crazy Sexy Cook. She's still acting, she's still writing, but also hoping to catch the eye of Tyler Perry while she's in Atlanta. Now I don't know if she's permanently living in Atlanta or is this something from, for the show because I think she previously lived in LA. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I thought she was in LA before. But that might have to wait as far as, Tyler Perry, as far as any plays, any TV shows, any movies, because she's a little bit crippled right now. She walks with a limp. Evidently, she ruptured her Achilles tendon on stage, during a stage play, which explains the brace on her leg. Drew also just celebrated her 6th year of being married to Ralph David Pittman, who works in IT. Now, she says he's an IT entrepreneur, so I'm assuming that he might own his own business. I'm not sure. She just said he was an entrepreneur. He's in IT, things like that. He's a geek. He's a geek, but he's a cute geek, y'all. He is cute. Now, shortly though, after the two first met, they jumped the broom 6 months into their relationship. So I was wondering, as soon as I heard that, might that have negatively affected their marriage? Because back home, when Drew and Ralph were back home, they were having a heated discussion regarding their marriage. She wants to have a wedding for their 7th anniversary, but it became very clear very quickly that Ralph wasn't feeling her on that at all. And that was not the only thing that they disagreed on. As a matter of fact, they actually don't agree on a lot of things, at least that's the way it seems. Drew mentioned, that they still be arguing over things that they argued about during their, year one of their marriage, during their first year of their marriage, or things that they should have probably argued within and should not even be having a dispute over now going into the seventh year of their marriage. But anywho, one of the most irritating things to Drew, she mentioned, was how her husband bounces out the house for days when he's upset with her. So he wasn't lying when he was talking to Mike. He wasn't lying when he was talking to Mike when he said he dips out for days sometimes. But again, I'm like, who does that? It couldn't be me. It couldn't be me. You dip out on me for some days, and I'm going. Somebody better change them damn locks. But anywho, just recently he dipped out on her for 3 whole days, and he stated that as a black man, it's best for him to leave when he's upset rather than stay. Is that a good excuse for a married couple? That he rather now. I know sometimes when a relationship, when people in a relationship start an argument, and I know sometimes when it gets really heated and the man might feel like really aggressive. I always taught my sons, if you ever think like it's gonna get to that point, she gonna try to hit you or anything like that, even though I would hope my sons would never put their hands on a woman, just leave. Just leave. I can see in a situation like that, but because y'all arguing and he just bounces off out of town whenever he wants, like again, who does that? But then she was like more upset because not only does he leave, but he doesn't tell her where he's going, and he doesn't even. She don't even be knowing that he's gone. Like when she was talking about she went downstairs to take him a plate of food and she had no idea that he was gone. Like you in the kitchen cooking for your man and the children, and you go take your man a plate of food and he gone, his wallet gone, his phone gone, his car keys gone, and you have no idea where he at. I'm like, what? But she was pressuring him about this most recent time that he had left the crib, and he didn't at first want to tell her, but she kept pressuring him, and then he finally said he went to the beach. I'm like, okay, he went to the beach. Do y'all got a beach house? That's what I'm thinking. Do y'all got a beach house? Did he go to a hotel on the beach? This fool left the entire state to go to a beach in Florida, not in Atlanta, because they do got some waters down there. But he went to a whole nother state without telling her. You go downstairs, take your man a plate, and he's gone in Florida at the beach. She was like, "We never been to Tampa. You never took me to Tampa." I'm like, sure. If y'all was thinking what I was thinking, I was like, who the hell is in Tampa? But anyway, Drew was outraged because not only did he leave the state, if, like she said, if there's an emergency, if something happened to the kids, he ain't answering his phone. He just bouncing. He ain't telling her where she went. He ain't leaving no contact information, nothing. Like nothing. The last time she didn't even know where he was. He was just MIA in a whole nother state. He drove past 4 beaches and ended up in Florida. Mm, mm. The things that these celebrities put up with. But anywho, then she accused him of spying on her like Big Brother, which he denied. He denied that, but she had pics. She said, I got pics in my phone of me sleeping, pics of the kids, pics of my mother that you would have only got from, spying on them, snooping on them from a camera or something like that. And then he blew up on her. And that was really when I thought that maybe they should have dated a little longer. Because had she have known that he would take a whole trip every time they had a big argument, she might not have stuck around too long, because I know for damn sure I probably would not have. But anyway, y'all let me know what y'all think about that storyline. Finally, to Candy, Todd, and Riley. I was saving this for last because I just want to say congratulations to all of them. To Candy, to Todd, to Riley. Candy, she has been involved in so much stuff. She has juggled around so much stuff from the beginning of this TV show, 13 seasons, and other stuff, her singing career, all these different businesses while managing a household, a husband, a kid. So I know it couldn't be easy for her, but it also couldn't be easy for Riley, who grew up with Candy, being away from home, traveling a lot, involved in all these entrepreneurships and things, and then the absentee of her father. That's a lot. That's a lot. But she done finally made it to graduation. She's headed to NYU for college. Congratulations, girl. Woo, woo, woo. I know she's going to do so well in college because she seems like a really, really, really smart, intelligent girl. And if she's anything like her mother, I know she will do well at anything that she puts her hands on, including college. But yeah, excited for her. Candy, she got really emotional at the sight of her daughter's diploma. She presented her some flowers. They had designs outside and congratulations. They had streamers and all that kind of stuff outside, decorated the yard. They probably had like a drive-through celebration, something like that, because the stuff that they had in the yard looked like it was right by the curb. So I'm sure they probably did what a lot of college kids and their parents did this past year, during CB19 was, have a drive by, people drop off gifts, drop off, gift cards, all that kind of stuff for the graduate or whatnot. But yeah, so while Candy was, all emotional and handing her some flowers, Ty hands her a stack of 100s. And that is exactly what Riley has said that she had wanted. So she got exactly what she wanted, and it's all about the Benjamins, baby. She was like, show me the money. That's all she wants. She don't want no flowers. She was like, show me the money. So he gave her a nice stack of money. He's like, I know you're going to need this in the NY. So, but yeah, that was very exciting. So again, congratulations to Riley, Todd, and Candy on this achievement. Getting your daughter past that in that gown and past high school, grade school, middle school, high school, and on her way to college. So on that note, everybody, make sure again you guys like the video, share the video, subscribe to the Hood Table, and in the comment section please let me know your thoughts on the second episode of season 13 of the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Now again, their ratings were horrible the first episode, but this episode, I thought it was a lot better. It was a lot more detailed storylines going on and everything. So yeah, let me know what you thought about it. Give me a thumbs up, and don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, IG, Stereo, and on our website, thehoodtable.com. And on that note, everybody, stay safe, be blessed. I'm out. Bye.